The toys at the bottom of the bin haven't seen light in 3 years. They aren't toys anymore. They're a civilization with their own religion.
I left my action figure on the radiator. Now he's a limited edition puddle of existential dread. I have 50 green plastic soldiers. Half of them are missing heads. They don't get veterans benefits, they just get stuck in the vacuum cleaner.
My toy car had a recall. Apparently, wheels that fall off and become snacks isn't a feature parents like. My sister's tea parties aren't social events, they're interrogations. The worn brown stuffed rabbit is about to crack.
My parents grounded me to the attic. I said, this isn't a punishment, it's a promotional opportunity. Now I have my own comedy club.
I lost my bear for 3 days. My mom said he was on vacation. Since when does a vacation involve a ransom note written in crayon?
This is it, the final show. We face the darkness, me and Joe.
They say childhood is short, but when you're waiting for your parents to finish talking so you can go to the toy store, it's an eternity in plastic purgatory.
My brother takes the wheels off my cars. He says he's a mechanic, but I know a chop shop when I see one. My tricycle is next. I saw my mom putting my toys in a black trash bag. She called it decluttering. I called it evidence tampering. My parents tried to replace my lost bear with a new one. Same model, different smell. It's like they think I don't know how witness protection works.
The bottom of the toy box is where dreams go to die. It's mostly just single socks and puzzle pieces to games we don't even own anymore. I have a doll that blinks, but only when I'm not looking. That's not a toy, that's a federal agent.
My mom gave me her old doll from the 80s. She said, take care of her. I said, why does she smell like a basement and broken promises?
My G.I. Joe lost an arm in the Great Vacuum Incident of 2025. He doesn't talk about the war, he just stares at the Hoover.
My parents said if I don't clean up, they're throwing everything away. I told them to go ahead. I've already hidden the stuff I actually like in their pillowcases.
I have a transformer that's stuck halfway between a car and a robot. He's not a hero anymore, he's just a minivan with an identity crisis and a limp.
My teddy bear didn't go missing. He knew too much. I found his stuffing in the hallway. It was a message from the Maine Coon cat.
My Furby started talking in the middle of the night. I don't speak demon, so I buried him in the garden. I can still hear the clicking. I tell my problems to my stuffed elephant because he can't talk back. But the way he looks at me, I know he's judging my life choices. My drum set went to live at Grandma's. We all know what that means. It's in a dumpster behind the Applebee's.
I traded my truck for a shiny rock. My dad was mad. I told him the truck had a transmission issue. The rock is solid.
I put all my stuffed animals in a lineup to find out who wet the bed. The white fluffy bunny cracked under pressure immediately. I traded a headless Ken doll for a half-eaten granola bar. In the Sandbox Economy, I'm basically a billionaire. There's a society of lost socks and broken crayons living under my bed. I tried to join them, but they said I was too mainstream because I still have both my shoes. My remote control car stopped working. I found the batteries in my dad's TV remote. This is a betrayal of the highest order. I drew a map on the wall with a washable crayon. Turns out, washable is just a marketing lie told to people who don't want to repaint their living room. I watched my Slinky take a tumble down the stairs. He didn't walk, he gave up. Now he's just a tangled... If a toy breaks and you hide it deep enough in the trash, did it ever really exist? Follow me for more legal tips.
I performed surgery on my teddy bear to see if he had a heart. Turns out, he's just full of recycled polyester and secrets.
I walked into my room and all my stuffed animals were in a circle. I didn't join in. I don't have the clearance for their ritual. Under my bed isn't a messy room. It's a graveyard for vehicles that couldn't handle the 1 p.m. rug race.
My bear has those glass eyes that follow you. I put him in the closet, but I can still hear the polyester breathing.
I don't need a lawyer. I just need my brother to walk across the living room at 2 a.m. The Legos will do the interrogating for me.
My Barbie lost her legs in a tragic fell-off-the-balcony accident. Now she's a mermaid. That's how you handle a crisis in the dream house.
I got a learning toy for my birthday. That's not a toy. That's just homework with a try me button.
I played restaurant with my brother. I served him plastic grapes. He tried to eat them. Now I'm not allowed to be the chef. I'm just the dishwasher.
I built a wall of Legos across the hallway. It's not a fort, it's a toll booth. My dad pays in chocolate or he loses a toe.
My dolls were fighting over who gets the pink convertible. I settled it the old-fashioned way. I buried the car in the sandbox. The toy store is just a waiting room for things that will eventually be stepped on and cursed at. I buried my brother's toy dinosaur in the sandbox, not because I'm mean, but because I wanted him to experience the irony of extinction. The stuffed rabbit tried to take over the tea party. I had to make an example out of him. Now he's sitting in the corner watching the bear drink his Earl Grey in silence. I haven't seen my favorite truck in weeks. I think the toys are on strike. They want better hours and fewer drooling toddlers.
My dog chewed the ear off my bunny. Now it's not a toy, it's a warning to the other plushies. Loyalty has a price.
I left my superhero toy in the sun. Now he looks like a grilled cheese sandwich with a cape. His only superpower now is I crashed my plastic car into the coffee table. My dad asked for my insurance. I told him my coverage doesn't include active toddler. They say these toys are unbreakable. That's just a challenge to a kid with a hammer and a bad Tuesday. They try to hide the past, to make everything bright and new. But some things should not be forgotten. My robot stopped talking. My parents said the batteries died. I think he just ran out of things to say to this family.
Think my toys move when I leave. I came back and my Barbie was wearing Ken's boots. That's a power move.
The kitchen drawer is where batteries go to die. It's a graveyard of double A's that have just enough juice to make a toy scream once in the middle of the night, then nothing.